Hello, I'm Jenna.
And I'm Jill.
This is ASL Stew. Today, we're going to be talking about hearing aids and cochlear implants related to insurance, cost, coverage, and whatnot. Now, the two of us are not insurance people. We're not experts on this. Yeah, definitely not my thing at all. More like we're just going to give you some basic information if you're curious, and just maybe a little bit of our experience as well related with insurance and these topics.
So now the reason that we wanted to discuss this, a lot of people are actually shocked to find out that often cochlear implants are covered by insurance. I would say typically full or most. However, hearing aids more than not are not covered unless you have really, really fancy insurance. And it's a little bit shocking to people. So we wanted to discuss some of the possible reasons for this, and I'm curious about your opinion and your experience as well.
Okay. Now, why are cochlear implants so easily covered compared to hearing aids? Insurance company or people within the medical profession often look to cochlear implants as a cure for hearing loss. So that means it's considered a permanent fix. Now, hearing aids, on the other hand, are not a cure. They're seen as a constant repair, a temporary fix because they have to be replaced. So there's quite a difference in that perspective. Now, of course, we know that cochlear implants are not a cure. It's just a tool. If you have hearing loss, you're going to have hearing loss. That's just part of who you are for the rest of your life. So a cochlear implant is not going to cure anything. You can just use it as a helpful tool.
Now, she mentioned cochlear implants are not a cure, and for some people, they might work, while others, they might not work. Typically, cochlear implants are best for hearing loss related to the hair cell loss or something to do with the cochlea. Now, there are some types of hearing loss that are nerve-based, and a cochlear implant will not work for those. It's just not a perfect solution for everybody. If you have hearing loss related to nerve damage, cochlear implants won't work. Now, sometimes they might, but in general, they won't, and that option is not available to you, so you're limited.
If you want to think of this in a visual way, think of the ear. Here's your brain and here's your ear. If you have any loss up to the cochlea, and that's where the issue is, a cochlear implant could be a good option for you. You'd be a potentially good candidate. So if the problem has anything to do up to the cochlea, then you're fine. Now, however, if your problem is past the cochlea up to the brain, you put the cochlear implant in and you're still going to have that issue. So if you visualize it in that sense, it's not able to fix all types of hearing loss.
Now, if we actually research the cost, why cochlear implants are covered and hearing aids aren't, for insurance companies, they consider a cochlear implant to be, well, it doesn't have to be replaced. So hearing aids, you usually replace them every few years if you can afford it. But you're supposed to replace them every few years, whereas a cochlear implant should last much longer, so meaning it's more cost effective. Plus, insurance companies mentioned that cochlear implants improve the quality of life, meaning it's a cost-effective solution because there's less intervention or services for the people who receive the cochlear implants. So that means less cost for society.
Now, talking more about cost comparison, cochlear implants are very expensive. I think in total for surgery plus the processor, everything, all of that, it's what, 30,000?
I think it's way above that.
60,000. Well, it's tens of thousands of dollars. Whereas hearing aids, Maybe 2, 3,000. It's going to depend on the quality. Really, it can be anywhere from $200 if you want a really simple, just in-ear hearing aid. If you have a small amount of hearing loss, it's only a couple $100s. If you have a more severe hearing loss, it could be 2, 3,000, 4,000, even up to maybe $5,000, depending on the quality and your need. But it's never going to hit, $10,000 or way, way above that, like a cochlear implant. But, like we mentioned, hearing aids have to be replaced every, I'd say, 5 to 10, maybe even 15 years if you take care of them really, really well and your hearing loss amount does not change. You can probably keep them up to 10 to 15 years. If your hearing loss changes or you don't take care of them or something happens, then obviously they'll need to be replaced more often.
Now, I know we've talked quite a bit, and I just want to mention we don't have anything against getting a cochlear implant. Of course not. If that is a good fit for you and it works, great. It's just more we're focusing on the issue about hearing aids not being covered. Like we mentioned, for some people, a cochlear implant is just not a good fit for them. So meaning their options left are hearing aids. That might actually be the best option for them. But if your insurance won't cover it, it makes it really hard to be able to afford that. Sometimes you're stuck in the middle of I'm not poor enough to get assistance, but I don't have insurance that will cover it, so I'm in the middle and I just can't afford it. Even if it's $2,000 or $3,000 for each hearing aid, that's still a lot of money, especially if you have a family or if you have kids or whatnot. So I think that's the biggest problem right now, is we're feeling both should be covered equally.
Right, like she mentioned, we're not against anything. Like I said, all of them are just tools. And I guess I just feel there should be more flexibility in the coverage. If they cover one, they should provide coverage for the other. So it's kind of the same concept with glasses. There's a lot of different types of glasses, but they're, covered in full regardless. I mean, there's different pricing, of course, depending on the level, but they're covered. Glasses or contacts, they're both covered, even though they're different options, but they're still covered. So why not hearing aids and cochlear implants are the same? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, yes, there are different costs, but again, it's all about money, unfortunately. So I think that's kind of the struggle right now. For myself, I'm not a good candidate. I don't match getting a cochlear implant, and I know that it's not going to be as efficient for me. So I've used hearing aids and they've worked fine. I'm very satisfied with that. It's a good match for me. However, insurance does not cover them. So meaning I have to pay out of my own pocket or try and find some other support where I can, which is hard to do. And usually I only can get a minimum quality type of hearing aid, but I can't afford to get a high quality hearing aid. So that's where I am in life. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's a challenging experience that I've had so far, even ever since I was a kid.
Right. So that is our comments, our opinions. I'm curious about your experience. If you use a cochlear implant or hearing aids, both, what is your experience dealing with your insurance? Are your hearing aids covered? Is the cochlear implant covered? Are they not? What do you think should happen? What's your opinion? Or if you happen to be an insurance person and want to clarify, please go right ahead. Either way, we love reading your comments.
If you enjoyed this video, click like. Remember, if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified when new videos come out.
If you want to provide support for ASL Stew, we have 3 options. Our ASL Stew merch store, where we have shirts and stickers if you want to buy that. We have Patreon for a monthly donation, and there's cool perks on there. See if you want to do that. And we have Ko-fi for a one-time any amount donation. We really appreciate all of your support.
Yes, please donate to Ko-fi because I need all the coffee I can get for this baby.
Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!